In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to use Lightroom Classic to make adjustments to your photos. So you got to go down to the dock here, make sure you choose Lightroom Classic or LRC. Okay. Actually, back up 1 second. You should need to make sure that on the vault in your folder you have make a Lightroom Classic folder. So I'm going to go to mine here, and so I have a Lightroom folder, but I also made one called Lightroom Classics, and this is where I put my photos. So example, you guys did poses maybe, so your photos would be in there, but I didn't, so I've got a Spring Fair folder. Okay, and then there's all of my images. Pardon the noise in the background because I'm making this during class, so you might hear some kids chatting in the background, but just try and tune them out. Okay, so anyway, so that's where my photos are. Then to bring those photos in, I have to go to import, and then from import I just navigate. I got to go here, and I have to navigate to where those pictures are. So I do other source. Sometimes you can bring them right off the card like that, but I'm gonna do other source. And like I said, you saw me put those in the vault in Spring Fair. Okay, and there's all my pictures. I'm just gonna bring in the whole folder. So I'll hit choose, and boom, there they are. And as you can see, I've got a folder there. And so I'm gonna click import. All right, and give it a second. And this raw thing, can you guys ignore that for now because I haven't taught you about raw files yet? And you'll see the most recent ones show previous import, but there's also folders. You'll probably find, like, here's 2023, and it shows them there. And you can also rename folders if you like. If you right click, you can rename this. I could call this Fair, and I'll rename that to Fair. Okay. Anyway, so there's my photos. So once they're in there, you can do a couple things. First of all, you can do what's called a quick develop. So if you're in library, you can go to white balance. Let's open a photo first of all. Let's open this young lady. Okay. So you can go up here and you can go to quick develop for white balance and do auto, and then make sure all the light's good. The light's actually here, so you didn't notice much of a change. You can also go to auto, and that'll make some slight fixes. Or you can do some manually, choose some things. You want to make it brighter, you want to make it darker, mess with shadows a little bit. Okay, it's up to you. If you don't like the changes you made, you can just do reset all. Okay, but anyway, so that's the quick way to make adjustments. But develop is a little bit more advanced. Here you got all these sliders, like you probably remember in the other Lightroom, like exposure, contrast, and all that. So you can use those to improve your image. There's more stuff down here, but we'll save this for another lesson. Okay, but what I wanted to show you, since is how to use presets. So here you see presets over here, and there's so many presets. For example, here this person has light skin, so I'm going to choose light skin, and then look what happens as I scroll over. It gives different looks to the photo. I try and find them looks that kind of enhance it, but don't make it look like goofy. Like that makes it look, if I click on this one and I click this, I can look side by side and kind of just decide, what I like best. Okay, so I could try that filter, and okay, so that's how you can apply filters. And like once you click on it, you click on it, boom, it's there. I'm gonna go back to here just to see the single video, and it's made the change. Okay, so and then once that's done, you can export this, or you can go on to the next photo and make some changes to those. Okay, but once everything has been fixed, you just select the ones you want to export. Like if I want to export all of them, I just hit my shift key and I selected them all. But if you just want to click specific ones, you can hold your command key and select specific ones. And then it comes down to go to File, Export. Here, tell it where to go. So in case here, I went choose and I had to go to my fair folder. And I go here, I can give it a name. So I call this fair. Do custom name sequence. And so what it's going to do is it's going to call each picture, like the first one will be called fair 1, next one will be called fair 2, etc. So just for fun, I'll make this fair 2. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to back up. Sorry about this. I'm going to select them all. Okay, and that way you can see how this, see how that numbering thing works. Okay, so once again, I've already told it to go into fair. Don't worry about the subfolder thing. Give a name called fair. Have it start with 2. I'm going to export it. Okay, as you can see up here, the status of the export right up there. So now when I go to back to my fair folder, just a second, you'll find it in photography, Mr. Shula, and Spring Fair. Actually, I have them in fair, and here you'll see that it renamed them. So see how it did like sequence. So fair 1, fair 2, fair 3, fair 4. Okay. All right. So that's it, and that's how you use Lightroom Classic. That's the very basics.